Chopper!
Could dig through time for a good old play. With the mana sink is too deep, but now we're tapped out. We're tapped out.
Nice.
That's it.
That's like 21 Pilots.
21 Pilots.
Take Back Time or something like that.
Just stressed out.
Okay, I didn't know what it was actually called. I got it right away. I was like, oh, I know the song. And then I was like, I don't know if I know the actual song, the name of the song.
This one probably wanted to hear, and so I kind of made it. He didn't give me, he was just like, I just want to hear this one. I was like, okay.
Nice, very nice.
Done.
Welcome to CommanderSmiths.
We are the CommanderSmiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I am Lowry Smith. And this is, we're cousins, apparently.
I thought you were going to skip it. I was like, oh, is he going to miss it? This is
no one cares.
Episode Cousins.
This is episode Cousins. Episode 39, actually.
We should have, I was thinking about it, we should have t-shirts that say something, we're cousins or something like that.
CommanderSmiths, we're cousins. Yeah.
Episode 39.
If you want to buy a t-shirt that we make that says we're cousins,
or you know what it should say?
Us.
It should say, don't worry, we're cousins.
Don't worry, we're cousins.
Because then it could be really kind of dirty.
Don't worry.
You know, I'll wear it.
If you want that for Christmas for your wife or girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry, we're cousins. Oh, man. Now I really want to make this. All right.
We can have one where it's an arrow to the side that says I'm with cousins.
Exactly. I think it's a brilliant idea. I think we have to do this
Might
now.
as well.
But yeah, anyways, this is episode number 39.
I already said that.
I know. And what do we got on the docket today?
So we got we got to play a bunch of games, which was great. I think we got like 7 in, which it felt good. Felt real good.
And then we are going into Ultimate
Ultimate Masters. That was what we were talking about last week. Adam got an Ultimate Box Topper.
Right, got it in the mail, so I can kind of talk about that as well.
That info that we did not have when we released it, but it was released by the time we had the podcast out, was Ultimate Masters. People know about this. It's kind of ridiculous, so we'll talk about this.
There is a video which I will link to this as well, so you guys can check that out. We'll link that on there. And
it's like our most popular video.
It is. Because it's like a minute and 30 seconds long.
People would much rather watch you open a random foil pack than listen to us for an hour plus. And I get it. I get it. Maybe what we should do is just do 2-minute clips of our podcast over.
Right. Get a lot of hits there. But yeah, and then we finished up with Smith Specs. But, you know, how can people reach us? We totally forgot to put all that
I didn't.
There.
We were going to get to it. I promise.
You can follow us on Twitter at CommanderSmiths.
Or you could Gmail us at CommanderSmiths@gmail.com.
You struggle with that every time.
It's how it's supposed to be.
I look at your brain, like your head is just like, oh, does this one work? I think you can check us out on YouTube. Like I said, we'll have a couple of our videos. We have some videos plans in the works here coming up. We actually are going to do some changes. We just had the battle boxes, but we're actually going to change that up a little bit because we both actually got a box from
Ultimate Masters.
So we're going to be doing that as well, but we're doing it more like war style is what we kind of decided.
Yeah. So I was bored watching us open cards, and so I'm assuming you were too if you even tried. So we're going to change the format a little bit and be like, just
it's going to be
flip
different
over
than everybody else how they do it.
And we're just slam down the rares, and whoever won gets a tick.
And then the kicker that we thought about tonight. So
Adam thought about this.
Every round, you have a winner and a loser.
Not super happy about it.
The winner and loser each round. So there's gonna be 25 rounds because you have 24 packs plus the box topper, and then the loser of the total amount still gets the loser pack to try to come back. But the loser of the rounds
for war
is going to take either a shot,
something gross,
eat something, take a shot of something, eat a hot pepper. We haven't decided yet. We might.
I don't know how kicking in the nuts is off limits. Right. So
basically, nothing that'll make us puke, but everything else is kind of fair game.
Well, like legitly puke, but if you're grossed out by it, that's kind of the point.
Yeah. So I don't know how many people would interact at this point if we put a poll up, but I think at first, the first couple at least, we're going to pick out something interesting.
Awful for each other.
Right. And then, so some people might want to watch just this open stuff, but most people are probably going to watch us suffer.
And then we'll do the add up of the box, the best whoever wins the value
Still
doesn't get the pack,
and all
and
that.
so we'll keep that similar, but it's not going to like add up. And
it's gonna be interesting.
Either way, it feels like I'm just going to lose again and again. Like I'm losing twice in a row.
Like I told you,
once.
because we're putting these stipulations in, that's when you're gonna win. Now you're gonna go on a friggin' win streak.
Now the interesting thing about luck is that's not how it works for me. So normally it gets worse when you compound negativeness into it.
Well, then I'm excited because this is gonna be awesome.
I know you are.
So we're gonna do anchovies to start it off. Our first episode.
I have children. Don't what?
We're gonna start off with anchovies, the first one.
Oh, I hate fish.
I do too. But like, have you seen like anchovies that you get? Like when I used to work at Pizza Hut back in the day in college, we had to open up those cans and they all had like the little, like it almost looked like it was hair sticking off of them, but it's more of their spine or something like that.
God damn.
When we cooked that. We put that through the oven. The entire store just reeked of dead fish. Like it was ugh. So that's what we're having.
I don't
first.
understand why
just
people.
Kidding.
Are you going to buy it?
No,
I'm not purchasing
I hate fish. So
yeah, because if we forget, then it's just in your fridge.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So why don't we start off with what we did tonight?
Played a bunch of games.
Freaking A. What time did we start? 3:00, and we finished at
3-ish, like 3:30.
3:30. We finished at 3:30 in the afternoon.
And we finished around 12:30.
12:30
a.m.
Yeah. So how many games did we get in?
We got 7 total.
Couple different groups, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, so we had some people come over to Adams,
our
and
normal
then
group.
we went over to Adams.
Yeah, Adam number 2. There you go. Got it.
So he was nice enough to invite us over.
They had a little get together. We were going to invite him over and whoever, and
he beat us to it.
Yeah, and then he put it up and sent me a text. I was like, "Damn it! I was just about to invite you over to ours because we had talked to our group that we normally play with."
And I would definitely say like he probably has more friends than us. So
there was a bigger
down
group.
around
Ours was only the 4 of us, and then then it split off.
Somebody ditched us by just going like, I got the mother-in-law. I can't come over. Sorry.
That's my neighbor.
he lives 20 feet away.
He could just walk over.
I can't squeeze it in. I'm sorry, guys.
So yeah, how'd the games go? We want to go each one down the list here.
Yeah, we'll just so
we kind of
focus a little bit.
We played our
games,
our decks that we've made on this.
Yeah,
since we made this.
We don't
podcast.
want to talk about decks that you don't know about.
Yeah, exactly. So we played every single one of those decks. Not every single one,
for the most.
The decks that we played were ones.
I will admit, I did not play Estrid because it's awful. I'm done playing it. I hate.
Are you gonna tear it apart?
Probably.
Yeah, the only one I didn't play was Slimefoot. Otherwise, I played every one of my other decks, I believe.
I feel like I didn't play another deck, but I don't remember which one it is because it was the best.
Well, you didn't play Animar, but that was kind of a...
Yeah, I didn't even bring that one.
So, our first match, we only did 3 because we were still waiting for Tyson to get there. He went and saw Queen, so he was still coming over.
So, you mean Bohemian Rhapsody?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Jeez. So I played Vivictus Asmati, you played Vraska, and then we were playing against
Brago, yep. So overall, how did that one go again? Gosh, that was the first one of the night. Now,
well, out of those two, like I got color screwed in the first game, so I didn't do a whole ton. Like I had a bunch of black mana, 1 red, no green. And I didn't do a whole ton.
Oh, I remember how that one actually had an interesting ending, remember? So I was playing Vraska like all my shit out. Yep. And I had a bunch of, creatures that were getting me land and all that stuff. And he had, so he's Bragoing, so his stuff would leave play, but he had one thing when it left play, he could put a card on top of your library. Oh, and then he had the other one that would come back in as a copy of whatever he wanted.
Yeah, it was a flash clone from Conspiracy. So I don't remember what it is.
It kept coming in, and he changed it around, but it ended up being my Razakath.
Yep.
And so the last turn, Lowry was dead, so then he went to come after me.
Nice.
And he just attacked with that unblockable. Well, he gave it unblockable. My plan was I had the Westphale Abbey, and I was going to flip it over, block. It's indestructible, but I gain life and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and remember, he was just attacking with 1, and Lowry's like, "Whoa, attack with all of them. They're not going to..."
Well, I just didn't see the enchantment.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't paying attention because
he was dead. Yeah. And I was like, actually, no, just attack with the 1, because if you attack with them all, this is what's going to happen. So he did, like, perfectly right, like, got through, killed me and I couldn't block it. That was the only thing he could have played. Was he played it? It only could be blocked by wall creatures, and so that worked out perfect for him.
And the other fun thing about what happened there was like, I played Massacre Worm earlier, turn 6, and wiped the board. Everybody lost like 4 life, and then Adam plays a bunch of creatures, and then that Flash clone comes into play, copying Massacre Worm, kills one of my creatures. And Adam loses 8 life off of that because there was 2 Massacre Worms into play. That was kind of an interesting little interaction.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. So anyways, Brago ended up winning that game. Then we moved into the first 4-person match because then Tyson got there.
I was Vivictus again. You were
did
Vraska
one more time.
Mogus and the Ur-Dragon.
Man, when Ur-Dragon started going off, that was brutal.
Yeah, it's scary when you can just when you're looking at a bunch of 4/4 plus flyers, and you're like, what in the heck am I going to do about this? And so,
what was the winner? Was that the Dragons in that one?
Yeah, Dragons won that. I didn't. Again, I got screwed.
Was it Dragons though? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know. Again, I was dead. I didn't get to play Vivictus Asmodee at all.
It must have been Dragons.
I played Crash, and he turned into a 15/15, which was fun.
Yeah,
because I did everybody had a bunch of little creatures at the beginning, and so I play Crash, and then the next turn I destroy all creatures with converted mana cost 3 or less. And then he got super huge, and I dealt 12 damage
did you do that to
Mogus.
Oh, that's right. You attacked me.
He was a 15/15, but he got O2'd, but he had all the counters.
That's
on
right.
It,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was a misplay, but I mean, I missed it as well. I was like, well, fuck it. But yeah,
I think it was the Ur-Dragon that won that one. I'm pretty sure that's how it went, right?
Yeah, he was drawing a ton
I can't
of
remember it ending any other different way that way.
Oh, because I went and searched for Soren, and then I tried to get him, but he had Monastery Siege out, so I couldn't do it.
Then I ended up winning that game.
So I had to give it to you. Yeah, so you went down to 10 life.
And then I went down to 4, but then I was able to wipe you both out at the same time. But I don't remember how with Vraska. What did I do there?
Mogus was getting us. We were taking 3 every turn.
Yeah, but by that time Jeremy was dead. I don't remember now. Crap. I just remember that we decided that you couldn't target Tyson, so you had to target me.
Put you down to 10.
Down to 10, and then by my turn it dropped me down to 4. Or no, Tyson attacked me with his 6/6. Jeremy was already dead. Yep. No. And then I just had so much stuff out on the board I was able to... Oh, that's right, because I had... My tokens were all 2/2, 2/2, 2/2. Then it was able to both.
We were both really low. He was at 13, and I was at 4.
That's right. Because then I overran both of you with that at that point. Not overran the card, but I just had so much out there.
Yeah.
And then we move into the third game. That was the extra turn guy from Tyson.
Matamai, which I call
Matamidai,
which is a town in Minnesota. Great city.
I played. What did I play? You have it right there.
You were in the flip coins.
Oh, that's right, flip coins.
So Zender Split and
Cyclops,
dude.
That's the easier way to do it. Cyclops, and you were partner. No,
I was Niv Mizzet.
You were Niv Mizzet. That's right.
Yeah, and he was working pretty well. I got flooded in this game.
Yeah, that kind of sucked.
And so
but he had the death touch thing on it, which was pretty damn sweet.
And I had Sensei's top out, so if somebody played a big creature, I could just tap,
draw,
put it on top, draw, kill a creature. I also had death touch with Goblin Sharpshooter.
Yep.
That was able to just tap,
kill
a creature, and just kill everything, and so people kind of started targeting me a little bit.
Yep,
but those are literally the 3 cards I played until I had 12 mana, and then I was Inferno Titan, another death touch thing, and I lost, and it sucked.
That one I actually lost first, because remember we were trying to figure out if it got to my turn, because I had what is his name? Godo, and I had the mask. Oh, we always forget the fucking name, and it's one of our favorite cards. Oh, come on. What is the name? This is going to bug the crap out of me again. It's one of the cards that every single time we
talked about it.
Every single time.
Number 3 on our game enters for artifacts.
Yeah.
We've spec'd on it. It goes in a ton of
it, and I've done this
If you're doubling a legend, you get a second one, and during your attack step.
I can't believe every single time we have to freaking look this up. Because I always want to call it mask, but it's not even. It's helm of the host. God damn it!
It's
Why
a helm.
can't we
It's not even a mask.
I know.
It's a helm.
On the freaking thing, it looks like a damn mask. But anyways,
it does
so
kind of look like a mask.
Goto would have had infinite turns. I would have been able to kill
infinite attack steps,
yeah,
which would have killed me. He would have had a bunch, and then they would have gotten through multiple attack steps on top of that.
And so while Lowry and I were working it out, trying to figure out if I would be able to kill both of them on my turn, Tyson in the meantime had double strike, life link, all this crap on his. Oh, that was the other
true
cool.
Conviction was ridiculous.
His commander, we figured out he had 5 extra turns over us because he hit regular, and then after that it was every
with the
time
double
it was
strike.
Double strike.
Matamai, he got 2 turns, and obviously Matamai can't attack, but his other creature, if he had another creature out, had double strike and life link, and just. He had like Sword of Vengeance out there with the double strike, trample, vigilance. It was just
so that's how he was able to kill me because he got 2 extra turns. So he attacked me with his artifact, and then his next turn he played a creature that brought the artifact to his hand. Then he attacked me with a creature for
Stonecloak Gargoyle.
Yeah, so he did a total of 16 damage in those. Well, no, let me back that up because he hit me with his damn commander first, which was what was that? 14
that
there,
was 14,
and then
commander.
another 16 on top. So he hit me for freaking 30 damage,
right around there, and that got you.
Yeah. So
and he gained all that life, and I have a pinger.
Yeah, and so it gets to Lowry, and I don't know what happened after that.
I attacked with Inferno Titan, killed his 2 creatures, but his Matamai was shrouded, so I couldn't. He took 6
because he had
whatever.
So much freaking life.
Yeah, he was at like 60. I couldn't do anything. And so and then I was just like, game.
Yeah,
that was fine.
And then our last game with Tyson was 3 of us because we already said Jeremy had left. I played my Nijitsu Yuriko.
I played Krav and Regna, and then Tyson played Sahili, the Gifted.
So that one was pretty interesting. Freaking ninjas are ridiculous. That's kind of what the conclusion is of that one.
It was rough because you turn 2'd the Swamp Walk thing into your graveyard?
Because I drew a card, so I had extra card from
Filth. That was Filth.
Filth. Yep, I put Filth in the graveyard, and Lowry had a swamp, so he was my target for the whole game.
And then Yuriko's draining both of us, and I couldn't stop it at all.
Yeah, so that one was a little frustrating. So that's
and I got Martyr's Bond out with some creatures, and then Tyson bounced that with Krav. And I didn't have enough mana to like sacrifice creatures to make people like get rid of it. And I was just like,
this sucks.
Idiot.
Yeah.
I was so far behind at that point.
Yeah. So needless to say, I got that game. I got some big hits with that. After those games, you were kind of frustrated. You were like, because the lands didn't work out. You were either screwed or you're flooded. One of the two. You weren't getting. I
should have probably sat down and like mana weaved all my decks before we start playing. I might do that next time, which
just
is
to make sure.
Maybe 6 months from now or whatever.
6 months.
That's how often we play.
Right. Well, this is the first big one since we played Guys Weekend, where we go play Magic the whole freaking, which was when the Commander sets came out. So. Otherwise, we've been testing decks out. We play Magic. We just test out our decks a lot. We haven't got
a 2 games in before we talk about it.
Right.
We're amazing at this.
So then we left our place, went to Adam number 2's place, and he had quite a few people over there. We started a 3-person game because they had 2 games going on, 2 different matches going on.
So you went back to Vraska.
Yeah, we played Bill, and he was playing his
Lord Windgrace deck. He's like, "Can I play a deck that they won't let me play?"
And we're like, "Fuck yeah!" I was like, "As long as it's not a fucking counterspell deck."
And it was land destruction.
Yeah, so I was fine with that until he destroyed my 1 land, and that set me back the whole game.
And I was playing Muldrotha,
and it worked like a freaking charm.
It felt good. Pretty sweet. It felt good after like Arena Friday night. It was awful, and then these like 4 games, it was driving me nuts. And then Muldrotha just worked well oiled, and it felt really good.
Yeah, it was tough because after about turn, I'd say 4 or 5, it turned to me and Bill against. It was me and Lord Windgrace against Muldrotha because
Bill was like, I think it was like turn 3 or 4. He like ramped, and then he was doing frenzied tilling, and he couldn't target my stuff because I had Monastery Siege in play. So he needed to pay 7 to destroy one of my lands. He's like, well, I'm just gonna
hit
destroy
mine,
one of
and
Adam's,
I was already
and
freaking
effed him.
Yeah. So then later at the end of the game, I was like, yeah. By turn, when Lowry was starting the ramp, I was 1 land behind every time. I was like, if I just get 1 more land, I can destroy this and get his Muldrotha out of there. And then Bill's like, oh, you mean that 1 land I destroyed? I was like, oh yeah, that would have been it. I would have been able to handle that, and we would have been freaking fine. But I haven't seen that early in a game 2 people working together against a deck, and we still couldn't overcome you. Like, you just had control at that point.
Yeah, it was like Vampire Hexmage. I'd just be able to play it, kill Lord Windgrace after he gets 1 activation,
killed my Garruk.
Killed a Garruk.
I never played Vraska.
I had Nihil Spell Bomb, so I was drawing cards off that and just removing their graveyards multiple times. Monastery Siege was super helpful in just like protecting.
And then right when I thought I was going to be able to combat you and play my Torment of Hailfire at the end of the game when Bill was
Windfall.
out, he did Windfall and made me freaking discard it.
I had no cards in hand. I was just like, well, I'm going to Nihil, draw a card off of black, and I was like, Windfall. That's really nice.
Windfall.
I had like
and then what did you Windfall into?
Emrakul,
yeah,
the Promised End.
Fucker. So then all the cards I draw, he's like, well, now I'm going to take your turn and just waste the shit out of your stuff.
I was like, you're not going to play a land. You're not going to find anything off Fierce Empath. You're going to destroy a card so I get to draw, or you're going to destroy Solemn City Mako. I just had total control.
Yeah, I was like,
it felt real good.
That sucks. You attacked. You took my freaking Razaketh and attacked into your freaking.
Yeah, I had him attack. He lost Razaketh.
Like, God, I have no answers anymore. I was done anyways, but my last hope was to cast that stupid Torment of Hailfire. But yeah, it was a good win. That was as controlling as you could be, but we still were able to play. We were just always trying to find answers. Yeah. Like when I thought I had something, Larry would destroy it or whatever.
And another card that was super good with, man, I just did like a super
it's super good.
Yeah, that's what you want to hear is my speech impediments.
Yeah.
There's that enchantment. It's green, black, colorless, and then when it's in play, you can pay Axe and Destroy.
That was tough. That's a good,
because I was able to just bring it back and forth, and it worked like a charm.
If you have that, and you play a Muldrotha, play with that card because that was really good.
What was it?
What?
I can't remember the name of the card. It's really good. I wanted it forever. Pernicious Steed.
The enchantment.
That was the trigger. I wanted it forever because it was a $20 card, and then they reprinted it, and then it became manageable to buy.
Yeah.
So
then, needless to say, Larry won that game. Then we moved into...
And then I went right back into being fucked.
So then their games got over, and we played a random game. Well, we rolled dice, and we ended up playing each other.
We were rolling dice there was 8 people there. It was me and Adam still, and Bill was there.
Yeah,
and we added
Bill played with us every single time there.
And I'll bet you he was loving it. Yeah. Other than Muldrotha. I definitely agree with that.
It was fun. I mean, it was fun trying to team up from the beginning to kill that. So I like that. But yeah, so then our next game.
So that 4-person game was Xantia. I was playing Xantia. You were playing Brutaclad.
Yeah.
Bill was playing Unesh. And then Andrew was playing Drana, Calistria, Bloodchief.
Yep. That was a pretty knockout game. I mean, it went back and forth, but then you got kind of screwed towards the end. Oh, wait, is that that's my double Cyclonic Rift game.
Yeah, so that was stupid. Okay, so number one, I have Xantia. The only thing I want is for people to draw cards off Xantia. And Bill imprisoned the moon on it 3 times because you Cyclonic Rift twice, and I don't know. It's just... It's nobody's drawing cards off of it. I have all of this mana.
Well, wait. We each drew a card off of it, and then it got turned into a land, basically.
And so it's
But you were doing a lot of crap. So when I Cyclonic Rift, I actually was able to... I had the clue token, whatever that thing is, where I made 3 clue tokens. And
Jace's journal? Or Tamio's journal?
Tamio's journal. So then I went searching, and while I was searching, I was like, I could get Cyclonic Rift... But that's always I was behind. Everybody was ahead of me. I just needed board state. Well, Lowry's like, oh, now you guys are discarding because what did he play? It was the Praetor, the blue one.
The
one where he draws 7 cards at the end of his upkeep, and then at the end of our upkeeps, we each discard down
to 0.
So I was searching, and I was like, okay, I can get some stuff. I don't really want to do Cyclonic Rift. And then Lowry's like, hey, you guys are discarding. I get to draw them all. I was like, all right, fuckers. This is after
I had
the whole
Waste
drop
Not,
thing.
and I had Geth's Grimoire out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is going to be amazing. And
Yeah.
you're like, nah, Cyclonic Rift. I'm like,
So-
you got to be kidding me. And so the interesting thing that kind of happened was Xantia is imprisoned in the moon, which is a land. So Xantia's not returned to my hand. Imprisoned in the Moon is, and Xantia's still in play after that.
Yeah. So Xantia still stayed there.
And then
The
next
game
turn,
kept
Imprisoned,
going.
yeah.
That was probably an hour still left of the game. I think that was only an hour in. But needless to say, it went round. Is there anything else interesting that happened again? Oh, the one card that Bill was playing was pretty crazy.
There's a enchantment. It was from the cons block, and it was an aura, and it stole a creature, basically. And then every time another creature came into play, you would attach that creature to that aura,
And then the person
other
would get their
go
creature back. So it was like you had to plant, like at least from my angle, the creature I wanted to have on my side, I had to make sure to play something first that would go to him, and then
you
play
get it
my
back.
next creature.
Yeah.
So
Like one of the interesting things is like you would play Mere Battlesphere,
Yeah.
and so he'd technically get it for a second, and then all of those 4/4s would come into play under your control,
And then it
they
would go to
switch
him.
back,
Yeah.
and they technically all like are
go to
stacked
him.
up on
Yeah.
them. Yeah. It was kind of strange, and
But then
it's really interesting to see. Like he got a Frost Titan for a turn, and Sheoldred for a turn, and I played Nirkana Revenant, and like that. I had Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, and so he got to double all of his islands because they were also swamps for Revenant. It was like a really crazy game.
it was. And so then how it ended was, well, basically that the one where it's half your life for taking an extra turn.
Temporal Extortion.
So Lowry was already at 6 or something like.
Yeah, Andrew went. Well, I had Oppression out too, which was
Yeah.
awesome with Waste Not.
So much shit out. It was insane. Like I couldn't
And then I
touch
had
you.
Gaia Reach Sanctum,
We could
so
only
I had
attack you
everybody
with-
draw a card, discard card.
Yeah.
Then I'd get like drawing more cards and getting zombies. It was pretty sweet.
And we couldn't attack you at all. Like basically, it was one creature per.
Oh yeah.
You had the whatchamacallit.
Yeah, it's a
Didn't you
1/5
have
and-
no mercy too, or was that what that is? That
No, I didn't have no
not
mercy.
no mercy. What's the one that only 2 creatures can attack you? So you had the one where only
Oh,
one
crawl space. I
Crawl
had crawl
space, that's
and
right.
then- yeah. So I was like, if you kill my creature, you still can't super attack me.
which actually affected me. Like the fact that you were making it so only one creature could attack really screwed how Brutaclad was.
Yeah.
So then how it ended was that you made it so we could all discard our hand. So then you got a bunch of shit.
Ill-gotten gains. Yeah.
So we all
So
discarded,
and I
then
got
we
like
got to
5 tokens, drew 4 extra cards
and then we got to draw 3 cards from our
from the graveyard into hand.
And so then I was like, wow, freaking Cyclonic Rift is sitting there. I have to get it. But you were at what life there? 3?
Yeah, I wasn't at a ton, and so what I ended up doing was Nirkana Revenant, when that's into play, respond and double the mana, so I had 10 mana in play. Then I brought back Temporal Extortion, played that, and then copied it with another spell, and then somebody paid half the life, so I couldn't take an extra turn at all. That's just like, Andrew did it, yeah.
Yeah, Andrew. But I want to say one thing with that. That screwed me over that earlier in the game when I was trying to kill off stuff with turning them into boars, and you redirected and you killed my worm coil engine.
Exiled
and
it,
you
yeah.
exiled that, and you killed my guy that I was going to bring stuff from my graveyard to
Wild
make
Ricochet.
tokens. Yeah, that fucking sucked because I was going to kill 2 things, and instead you killed 2 of my things and 2 of their things instead. It was like,
Pretty
damn
sweet.
it.
And then that let me keep Neheb in play. That game was super crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty insane. Well, how it ended was second Cyclonic Rift.
Yeah,
and
because
then
once I played Ill-Gotten Gains, he got to bring Cyclonic Rift back to his hand.
and I had the enchantment that I had already made a Inferno Titan token from that enchantment. What was that?
I don't remember. It's a bad enchantment.
You're a bad
But
enchantment.
it works. I'm not sure if that's like, yeah.
I had a token copy of
Inferno
Titan, and actually Spellskite was out there as well. And so then I had 13 tokens. I played
Inferno Titan.
Yeah, played Brutaclad, made one more token, and then turned them all into Inferno Titans. And I promised Lauer I wasn't going to attack him that turn, so I didn't. Instead, I did the damage to his face. So I didn't backstab you there.
No, you kind of did.
I kept to my word.
Bill's going to put it forward. He's going to make sure
not
that
attack
you. You go get him, Bill. I believe in you.
All right, and then we moved into our last game. Where do we go with that game?
I don't know.
I played Arcades.
Garbage. I played Krav and Regna again. You were Arcades, and then we played against an Elves deck and then a Magus deck again. Bill was playing Magus. Andrew was Elves. And Andrew decided to just like, I'm going to send 3 at you, and then Lauer, you're going to take 20. And I was like, yeah, what?
And all because I didn't attack him that turn before. Yeah. I attacked you and Bill. And I was just like, remember, because all of a sudden his elves had 1+1 plus another 4+4, and they had trample and vigilance and indestructible. Yeah, it
just had like Freyalise's saga that just happened. It went off, and then he had, they all had the tokens, and it was just stupid. I'm bitter about that one.
And then Cyclonic Rift came out again by me.
But I was at 1.
Yeah, I actually was trying to save Lauer's life to be like, Cyclonic Rift saved you, because
there was a sorcery on the stack where everybody discarded 2 cards and took 2 life, and I was at 1.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, damn it, I thought I saved you. And then everybody's stuff went back, and then my walls did 20, 30.
Yeah, Arcades is still ridiculous. Like...
It's such a good draw. Like the fact that you're playing stuff and then drawing all that stuff, and then I had the flicker stuff. It worked out pretty good. But I wasn't gonna play Cyclonic. I purposely wasn't, and the only reason I cast it was I was thinking I was saving Lauer's life because I wanted it.
Well, you still won like the next turn, so that's fine. Like, and again,
his little pet.
My thing is, my thing is, I'm cool with Cyclonic Rift if you're going to win the game, but if it like extends the game, like in that first, like the Xancha Brutaclad game, like the first one you cast, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, because
this game
I didn't have the board
now, which
state.
It did. It took
another probably an hour.
Doubled the game length pretty much.
But in turn, it still made me win. I had to cast it a
That's
second
not
time.
really the point.
It just took an hour longer to win.
And again, it's like if you're losing and then you're like, well, I need a Wrath. Like it was just like, just let the game get over. If you're gonna win after a Wrath,
I did.
Fine.
I won. Don't worry. Eventually, it happened.
An hour later.
Brutaclad likes to take his time.
That other game played their game, watched us for like an hour,
and
went back.
Right
and
when they
game.
finished, I was like, "You guys just play right away." But I don't think they heard me say that. So they sat there for a little bit, and like, "We thought you guys were almost done." We're like, "No, this is taking a long time."
It was a long game. So I'm bitter that Xancha didn't get to do much. Bill,
I don't know.
Your fault.
Yeah, I don't know how you keep Xancha out, because Xancha has not like.
I really enjoy
your
the
Xancha deck is really good without, you don't need Xancha. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
but I want Xancha. I want to be able to like just drain people, and nobody finds it interesting. Of just like, hey, I get to draw a card and have somebody lose 2 life. Like, that's not interesting for people. Apparently, they just want to.
I think the hard part is like everybody has their plan in their, this is what I want to cast and this is what I want to play. Just to draw, like tap 3 and draw is kind of a lot unless you're leaving stuff open. Maybe
the idea is wait later when there's more mana available.
Possibly, but he did what, 5 damage to me, 5 to Bill, so he did 10 points of damage.
10 points, and then it did probably. I drew 1, Bill drew 2, you drew 2.
I drew
10 to
2.
him.
Yeah. So
it did something.
Yeah, it did. It did its work. So it's just hard because people don't. That was the first time I've drawn from him, though, from the 3 games that we've done it. Mm-hmm. So I haven't drawn that much. Although, did we do a 1v1? No, we didn't do that. That wouldn't make sense. 1v1.
No. I'm going to give this thing to you, and then you can't attack me with it. So I give you a blocker, and then I could just drain you.
That's what I was going to say. You could just drain the whole time.
That's a terrible idea. Nah. And I got some games in on Wednesday with some friends that came over, Nick and Ken. And I just want to say, like, one thing that we tried out was doing, like, plane chase during the game. And that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. So I've never played the plane chase stuff. And at Adam's house, when we got there, they were all playing plane chase.
So we didn't really get to do that. But it's just, like, during you have the plane chases in the middle. And then at the beginning, you just flip one over, and that's happening. And then during your turn, you can pay, or like the first one that you roll is free. And then if you want to roll it a second time, you got to pay 1. And then if you want to do for a third time, you got to pay 2 mana and stuff like that. So it would build up. And so it's just like is a nice little extra like mana sink, but also like if you roll like Planeswalk, then you switch to a different planes and other effects happen.
So what are some examples of like that happening? Like what's good? What's one that you guys did?
And there's different planes, and then there's a chaos part of the dice. And so right off the top of my head, it's just like during each player's upkeep, there's an extra red mana in their pool.
Okay.
So like first person gets 1 red, second person gets 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 until
it just
you
keeps going up. Wow.
Yeah, until you planeswalk. And so in planeswalking, you roll the dice, and if it lands on that planeswalk, then you switch to the next one.
That's kind of insane.
And then, there's one that I played with where whenever you have a creature deal damage, go and put a basic land into play tap from your library. And so, and then there's a chaos part of it where, like I remember there was one where you roll a chaos and then it's like destroy a creature that isn't enchanted. And so you could do that, or like it deals 2 damage to all creatures. I'm not sure if that was a real one, but
you just made that one up.
Yeah. So there's a chaos part of it, and that sometimes you're aiming for that. Sometimes you just want to get off of that plane, like the red one. You want that mana, and then you want to roll away from it for the
so
the
that
other
they
person
don't get the
doesn't
benefit.
Get it.
Yeah.
So it really adds a different thing. Like in the red one was the one that I started off with. So I was a third person. I was playing Tajik. And I was able to just turn 1 Tajik 2/2 indestructible.
That's pretty crazy.
And then I rolled away from it, and then so that was kind of fun.
Did you win that game then?
I did not.
I was going to say Tajik out first. That gives you a pretty good advantage there.
Fleshbag Marauder turn 3.
Oh.
And then I'm still sitting at like 3 mana, not doing a whole ton. I'm just like, ugh. So, but
that sounds interesting.
I think it's really cool.
It's harder, I guess. Your deck has to.
I might go out and see how much more the other plane chases are.
I'd be interesting to try that out. But, yeah, like I was gonna say, but it might be better to have like a deck that's more able to cope with whatever happens. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is that there's so many random things that it just doesn't really matter. I don't think you can really gauge for that.
You know what? But what I'm kind of saying is more of like I would probably play something like Arcades where I'm drawing a lot and have a lot of things that cost less to come out, defense and everything.
Burp I did. Sure. Yeah. So you have
I wouldn't play something. I wouldn't play like Zender Split for that. Like it just feels like I could run into trouble. You want to be more a cautious deck, I would think. Don't you think, or no?
I don't know the planes very well. Like I just saw like 4 or 5 of them, and so it's kind of like maybe if you know what could happen, you could play around it and play accordingly.
Depending on what it is.
Again, like I went into it knowing none of the planes, and so I thought it was a really fun little twist on Commander. So I'll try and see if we can do it in the future. Nice,
yeah, that'd be fun to do. All right, should we move into our next segment? I mean, do you have anything else you want to say about the games and everything? We played until freaking. Well, we're sitting at 2 o'clock in the morning right now.
It's already 2. Jesus.
Yeah.
No, we're good. So on to Ultimate Masters.
So yeah, like Lowry was saying before, I was hoping I would get something in the mail, and like I said in the video, you can check it out. Should I even say what I got? Yeah.
Yeah, you can. It was the best one you could get.
Right. Second from the bottom. What is it? Tassiger or whatever? Tassiger. Yeah. So that was pretty uneventful, but it was pretty sweet.
Full art foil.
It looks awesome. But the thing is those things are selling like crazy. I was able to sell mine for $175,
which is crazy in my mind.
Yeah, because I guarantee once this comes out,
it'll be a lot less.
I don't even know. I think maybe 50, but I have no idea where to guess with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess you compare it to
it's going to be really rare
masterpieces in a way, but masterpieces, they were one per case potentially. You could get more if you were lucky. This is one per box, so you're in a case you'd have 4 of them for sure, and there's 40 of them, so it's like
a case is 6, I believe.
Oh, is it 6?
Four for this.
4. Oh, okay. So all the other stuff
normal
is 6.
set, I believe it's 6. Yeah.
Okay. So I just don't know how much more rare this is. I think the art and everything is amazing. Like, we'll have.
Yeah, I mean, the question is like, is this going to be more desirable than masterpiece or like the masterpieces as well?
I guess it depends on the person. Because for me, it is like these. I like
with
more
full art. And
yeah, because this is what we do. Like our proxies.
Get rid of the borders, foil it.
Yeah. This is exactly what we do, and this is like I want each one of them, but they're going to be freaking expensive, especially the ones. So should we kind of go over the list of some of these?
Yeah, we can go through. These cards are really good.
Yeah. So you have Ancient Tomb, which is the one that comes in. It's a land. You tap. It gives you 2. It also deals 2 damage to you.
Balefire Liege, which whenever it deals damage, dragon. Yeah. Deals 6 damage to all their creatures when it enlarge it, please.
Yeah, I'm moving it up so you can see it better.
6 damage to all their creatures if it deals damage to a player.
Yeah. And then you got Bitter Blossom, which is a card I don't have, you have, but this also has set, yeah. I should mention Ancient Tomb is new art. Bitter Blossom is new art as well.
Yep.
Before we move a little further, there are it's 20 mythics, 18 rares, and 2 uncommons that are box toppers, and those are the only box toppers. Okay, so then we go into the next one.
I guess we should probably also just say like the price. So this is it's a pretty expensive product. We found it online going for $265,
and they're going around $260-ish, and there's some deals.
They're saying MSRP is $335,
right,
which is insane.
Yeah, that's.
I'll be honest, $265 is still insane, but I think we're doing it for the opening. I probably wouldn't have bought it otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
In all honesty, like they got some awesome cards. I don't doubt that, but it is quite expensive.
And they also will be selling these at your Walmart or Target if you haven't.
But not as a box.
Not as a box. It's 3 packs.
3 packs, and
so you can't get the box topper. But it's actually, if you count it all up, if you buy the same amount of packs there without the box topper, it's like $50 or $80 cheaper, but not really, because you can go buy it on eBay for a cheaper price than that and get the box topper. So if you're going to go buy it, I mean, yeah, you can support your local game store, see what they're selling it for, but right now on eBay you can get them for pretty damn cheap.
If you're going to save like $50-$80, like that seems like the deal to do.
Yeah. So anyways, Bitter Blossom I like this art a lot for Bitter Blossom, so I hope I get this card.
And that's at your upkeep. You get a fairy and lose a life.
And you get a nice 1/1 flying.
I do like that art. It does seem really cool. Cavern of Souls makes a creature type uncounterable as a land.
Celestial Colonnade, which is the man land that gives you a 4/4 flyer, or it can turn into a 4/4 flyer with vigilance.
It's blue-white, and then Creeping Tar Pit is black-blue and can turn into a 3/2 unblockable. And
then you got Dark Depths with some new sweet art, and that's the one that comes in with how many time counter? 10 ice counters, and then when you can tap 3 to remove it. When all of them are gone, it turns into a 20/20 token flying creature that is also indestructible.
Man, I should get that in my Muldrotha deck.
Yeah,
and then Vampire Hexmage,
right? Just take it right up.
And then if anybody kills that, I get to bring it back and do it all over.
That would be a good ad. Do you even have Dark Depths?
I do.
I don't have it.
The Volt series, but so it's still in the packaging, so I haven't done anything. So you don't have it. You haven't proxied it, so I don't play with it. Here's another random aside. I feel like Merit Lage should be an Eldrazi.
Yeah.
Like, it's all tentacly.
It totally does look like it.
Super huge, like 2020
being the biggest thing that's out there.
That feels Eldrazi-ish, and I kind of wish that's what Elder's Moon was instead of Emrakul.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was
this
Merit Lage coming in.
Isn't that what Nick thought it was, possibly?
Me and him came to that point where, like, that'd be sweet if it was. Yeah. But I think lore-wise, they don't consider Merit Lage a Eldrazi. But that's a mistake. They should have. Moving on. Demonic Tutor.
Love this art.
Go get any card.
Freaking sweet art. I really want this one just because of the art on that. Then we got Emrakul.
Original art.
And yeah, this one's...
Band and Commander.
Yeah, so that kind of sucks. But it looks pretty damn sweet. It's going to be... Oh, man, these are all freaking sweet. All right.
Engineered Explosives that has Sunburst. and then it destroys things.
You can tell we're a little tired right now.
It was a really expensive. I think it was up to like $90, $100 before this.
It's 60 is what their price is.
I could put this one in Mildrotha too.
Yeah, there you go. Eternal Witness with new art. I like this art actually
that art
better.
Is awesome.
That looks pretty amazing. This is one of the uncommons, one of the two that are there.
Fulminator Mage, you can sacrifice it to destroy any non-basic land.
Oh, and if you didn't know, Eternal Witnesses go search. When you play it, you get to search for a target card from your graveyard. Sorry. Then you got Gaddock Teague.
You just want to do 2 in a row.
But you just did Fulminator Mage.
Yeah, but you I
forgot to...
me and then you went, I remember this, and I'm going to do this now.
Well, I didn't ever tell anybody what Eternal Witness did. So Gaddock Teague, douchey card, basically.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Non-creature spells with converted mana cost 4 or greater can't be cast. Non-creature spells with X in their mana cost can't be cast. So don't cast anything, pretty much.
Yeah, that sounds like fun magic. Goryo's Vengeance.
You're grumpy.
No.
You're bitter tonight.
My lands have really made me bitter.
Yeah.
Goryo's Vengeance can bring back a legend from your graveyard, give it haste, and then exiles it at end of turn.
Different art.
Nobody cares about Splice into Arcane.
No, but has some
different art. I don't know if I like this art nearly as much.
Creepy art.
It's not creepy. It's just like, I got a big hand.
There's like multiple hands. There's one there. There's one there, and there's one there. It's like
maybe that's why I don't scare so easy. I just don't see. Scary stuff.
What's wrong with that? That guy has a hair in the face.
Yeah. He's like a emo rock star with spider person.
You can kind of see through. It's weird. All right, and then you got Caracas, which I think that's banned in Commander, so we can't play that. But it looks pretty damn sweet. I love that all this stuff, too, the legendary stuff, has the legendary border crowning to it.
Yep. And Caracas was like reprinted in the Eternal Masters. And
it's return target legendary creature to its owner's hand. So that's why it's banned, because you're just returning shit.
Karn Liberated does a bunch of stuff. It's an awesome card.
It's reprinted. Then we got Kitchen Finks. Freaking looks awesome. This is our other income. How do I get the uncommons? But I like Kitchen Finks a lot. That's the one when it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life and has persist, so you can do some combo stuff with modern with that.
Kozilek, Butcher of Truth, Eldrazi, huge. Not banned in Commander.
There we go. One of the crappy man lands, Lava Claw Reaches, and that one's the one that can turn into a 2/2, and you can tap X, and it gets X plus O until end of turn.
So this will be the one that I get from my box topper, and I will lose, and I will have to take a shot at Tabasco or something.
Yes.
Leovold, Emissaria Trest, also banned in Commander. So nobody cares.
Life of the Loam, new art. That's the return target land up to 3 target lands from your graveyard to your hand. It also has Dredge 3.
That card just had gone up to like $30, $35, and now the reprint. Hopefully it'll keep it down to like 20.
Mm-hmm.
Liliana the Veil, Planeswalker, pretty cool.
One of the best ones for black.
Yep, good in attrition. I like the card.
Lord of Extinction. Its power and toughness is equal to the number of cards in all graveyards.
This thing gets huge in a Commander game.
Yeah, late game in this, pretty damn crazy.
Maelstrom Pulse destroys anything.
Loves to play this card. You did that to me tonight.
I did. Lure of Prey.
Mana Vault. So this is actually, I was here, and actually it does make sense. It is the first time it's being printed foil-wise. Foil printing, new art, looks pretty damn sweet, and that's the one. It's 1 drop. You can tap it to get 3 mana, but to untap it, you have to tap 4. If you don't untap it, you take 1 damage.
This card's crazy ramp. Machias the Unhallowed, which is combo potential, but it's also just great value if you don't want to abuse it. Gives everything, what is it?
Other non-human. Yep. And then we go into Noble Hierarch, which is reprint. Good reprint there. That's the 1 drop green, has Exalted, gives you a tap to give you green, white, or blue.
Oh, I guess I didn't really realize that. The box toppers don't have any
flavor
text or reminder text. Exactly. It's really clean.
Yeah, especially this next one, how they center it. Like, see how this isn't, how Noble Hierarch isn't? Then you move down to this next one.
Yeah.
Everything's center.
Platinum Empyrean, I think this is another great reprint.
Well, this is one of the ones that we just talked about, too, last week, wasn't it?
One of the ones that just kind of win you the game sometimes.
Right. New art.
Your life total can't change. 8/8 for 8.
And moving
It's
to our
great.
next manland. I get all the manlands pretty
You're
much.
so special.
Raging Ravine, and that is the one that turns into a 3/3 green and red elemental. When it attacks, it gets a 1/1 counter on it. It is still a land.
Reanimate, which is going to end up... It's reanimates cards. Creatures from graveyards. It's a great card. I generally cut it, but it's great. Takes from any graveyard. You lose life to the casting costs.
Surgata, host of the...
Sigarda.
What did I say? Surgata?
Yeah.
Surgata.
Sigarda what?
Was it herons?
Host of herons?
Herons?
I think herons like a
there's
bird.
the herons in the background right there. And that's the 2 green... Well, I don't need to say what it costs, but it's a 5/5 angel, flying hexproof. Spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause you to sacrifice permanents.
You do get the last manland too. Snapcaster
Son
Mage.
of a bitch.
Gives a... it's a creature, has flash, gives flashback to a sorcery instant in your graveyard.
I need this card.
You do.
I don't have it.
It's really good.
It'd be sweet in a full art. Then we got Stirring Wildwood, one of the crappier ones for the manlands. This is the 3/4 that has reach, and it's white and green.
If I get Lava Claw reaches, I hope you get this one.
You're so nice, Lowry. I hope you lose value on your box. Get the shitty stuff.
I'm
Lowry,
going to.
as my cousin, I hope you get this next one.
Like in general, or a box topper?
Box topper.
Tarmogoyf. It would be awesome to have.
I like this
I
art.
do not own this one.
You're not a big fan of it? Compared to the other ones, you like the other ones better?
I like the first one.
Do you?
Future Sight, yeah.
I like this one.
So, yeah, it's a really big creature for cheap.
Then, as I talked about earlier, Tassiger, that's the one I opened.
This is an awesome card.
It is an awesome
really
card, but it's just it's a $1.50 when you look at the regular, but it has Delve 4/5. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard, then return a non-land card of an opponent's choice from your graveyard to your hand. So it's working with your graveyard a lot. All right.
Temporal Manipulation, take an extra turn.
And it has been printed since what? Portal? Is that
Portal
the only time?
3K, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Through the Breach. This one, and people have talked about this one, and I agree. The art is pretty freaking amazing
It's
with
spot
this.
on.
Yeah, it's freaking Emrakul that's being cast, and it's
that's what you use through the breach.
What you use through the Breach. Yeah, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. That creature gains haste. Sacrifice that creature at the beginning of the next end step. So Emrakul jumps in, says hi, and then leaves.
Yeah.
And then shuffle your library.
Ulamog, the Infinite Gyre, another big Eldrazi Titan. Indestructible, destroys a permanent when you cast it.
The card that Lowry played tonight, Urbog, Tomb of Yawgmoth, and this is each land is a swamp in addition to their other types. New art.
You can actually put this in any deck because it doesn't have like a mana symbol on it. So you can, if you want swamps in a random.
Yeah. I actually didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
The card is so awesome.
I might do that.
Because you can, you could have this card, and then if you have a fetch with a swamp on, or like that can go get you a swamp, you can still go get any card in your library. It can be kind of like you need both of them, but maybe if you're in green and you can search for lands and stuff like that.
Interesting.
It's a great card.
And then our last one,
Vengevine 4/3 haste, and then it can come back from the graveyard.
Sweet. So, what do you think overall with everything?
Like what they're showing right now, these are some awesome reprints, some great cards. Most of them are good to get.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's only like 2 lands that are pretty bad. Like I'd be happy with even the uncommons with Eternal Witness.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Kitchen Finks.
I probably would have held on to the Eternal Witness if I would have got it, or Kitchen Finks.
Yeah. So I'm not mad that Tassiger or could be a
some of the
box
bad man
topper,
lands,
but the Lava Claw reaches, and Stirring Wildwood. I'm not super happy about that being potentially your box topper. That would
it's gonna be
you
awful
open
if we
that,
get
you're
that.
just like,
God damn it!
I probably can't even sell this for $20.
I don't know.
Let's trade it. Nobody's gonna. I don't know.
That's
they're not highly
interesting
used
thing.
cards.
Is what I was trying to do is kind of break these down and see. All right, the foils of these, and the hard part is some of these have never
Been foiled,
or the printing of foil is so old that the reason why the foil printings are so expensive is because of how old it is. So I have no idea where these prices are going to settle, and that's kind of why I was just like, all right, I'm going to sell Tassiger for $175, get him out of there. I have a feeling when this comes out and there's more copies.
No, it's
be
completely
probably
accurate. It's
between
drop.
$25 and $50. I'm guessing is where he's going to fall down to. I don't know, and I have no idea how to guess with this.
Yeah, and my guess was going to be like somewhere in between 50 and 80. So
for the low end stuff, you think?
Yeah, I see for Tasigur. I think Tasigur is bigger than the two mainlands that we talk about. I think those will be somewhere in between 20 and 50. But I'm at this point, I'm looking at it as masterpieces.
That's the hard part. Is like you're guaranteed to have this in a box.
But again, there's much more product of like Kaladesh printed.
Yeah,
and this is
it's
more
much more expensive. This is much more expensive than those, so I can see that you're buying compared to how many boxes you would buy to equal these. You're buying 3 or whatever. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying, like for the price of it all.
So it's definitely hard to see where it's going to be settling, but they're going to be desirable.
Yeah. Well, personally, like I said, I freaking love the full art. Like I want them to keep doing this.
No, yeah, I agree, but they're not, so don't worry about it.
So I believe
don't get your hopes up.
When they start releasing these is going to be Thanksgiving week. So that Monday and Tuesday, I believe, is when all the rest of them are coming out. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think they said they're going to try it. I was watching the live feed when this came out on Monday, and I believe they said it was supposed to be Monday and Tuesday. I think they were going to try to do it in 2 days.
They're going to spoil it all in 2 days?
Yeah. So they're going to have it all done by Thanksgiving. So, but yeah.
Sometimes that marketing campaign, I don't know what you could still slow roll this.
Yeah, I wish they would.
Unless they're just like, here's 40 good cards, get excited. The rest is shit.
Yeah,
that could happen. That could happen.
Oh, man, yeah, because everybody's spending money to buy the boxes because you saw 40, then the others have to be good.
Yeah.
Let's hope that's not the
case.
It's
very not possible.
All right, shall we move into our Smith specs of the week, guys? Larry, why don't you start us off?
Whole section out now.
Why don't you start us off with your first Smith spec of the week?
So I kind of got a little bit of a running theme on this because I'm seeing a lot of like dredge and graveyard decks in Modern being played, and I'm starting to see like calls for banning of like Faithless Looting because it is a really good card for graveyards. So kind of looking for potential replacements if it does get banned in Modern, or just something that works better in a different deck as well, because more and more cards are being tweaked and used with it. So the first one that I'm going to say is Cathartic Reunion. This one's and foils are going for about $3. Commons are nothing. I wouldn't trade them. I wouldn't give them away. I'd keep those because they can get up to $1 or $2 in my mind, similar to Faithless Looting. But foil sitting at $3 is a really good one, and this is actually the card that got Golgari Grave Control banned again in Modern. They printed this the next time that they could ban Grave Troll, gone. And so you draw 2 cards, or you discard 2 cards and then draw 3. It's great for dredge.
Yeah, I like it. Very nice. So, do you have any?
I have 1 foil, and then I have like 12.
Yeah.
They just had them. Then because like I was using them. I built like a Dragonstorm deck, and I have 4 of them in there. But at first I only had 3, and I was like just started picking them up a ton. So
very nice. My first one is actually Mox Amber. This one's sitting. I'm talking about the non-foils with this. You probably can get this around $9 or under. It's kind of been on the thing is. This needs something to happen. Like, I'm not saying go all out on this. This is more of pick some up. If somebody makes a deck that this goes crazy with, like in Modern or whatever, if you get some 1-drop, 2-drop legendary stuff, this could go nuts, and this could jump up to where all the other Moxes are. So
yeah, I think it's not going to be as good as Mox Opal in my mind, which is a $100 card currently.
Right.
But that sat at, $50 for a long time. It sat at $30 for a long time. And so it took a while for things to rise up. Again, is this as good?
No one's found a way to break it yet.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
So it's sitting around 9. It's probably a really good buy. Like, this could go in every commander deck. Like, you're going to have a legend.
Right. For commanders, for us, it's perfect.
Yeah. So it could just become like a small commander staple for ramp,
and that might be that's it for it. No one finds a way to break it in Modern and whatever any other format, but it definitely, like you just said, commander it's perfect for, because you have a legendary creature for the most part, unless you're playing a planeswalker.
You're generally going to do that, and then you can play this and do something with that mana.
Right. But yeah, foils are at 35. So that's the other part of it, is like you can kind of tell the foils are staying up there.
Think that it's going to be good.
Right. So, Larry, next pick.
My next one is it's been reprinted a bunch of times. I wouldn't go hog wild on this one, but again, discard theme. Zombie Infestation. You can discard 2 cards from your hand to put a 2/2 black zombie into play. This is a good card. It's a really good card,
especially when you're playing decks that you're trying to get rid of. You know.
So if you want to be able to discard, you could discard 2 Vengevines, and then or just. There are things that you can do with it, obviously. But it's a free discard outlet. It's cheap. It's a black, colorless enchantment, which there's not a ton of normal removal for, unless it's just destroy anything, but then they should be killing your good creatures instead of. So it's kind of like a good, nice little engine. The foils are sitting under $2. You can pick up non-foils for nothing.
You can even get the Graveborn ones for even cheaper than that.
Graveborn ones are like the curve on that is kind of, it was like a bad foiling process. But they were printed in Odyssey, M something or other, 12. M12.
M12 is they're probably about $1.50 or whatever.
So, but I think probably the M13 would probably be the best.
You mean M12? Yeah.
No, M13. Go find them.
Yeah, go
rare.
Find it. Yeah, if you can find that, that's like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, or fake. So watch it.
This is definitely a good card. I've used that in my Necrosar deck. So like when I'm wheeling and I just discard my hand to get 2/2s. And then, drawing a new hand and all that stuff. It's a good way to just drop your hand out and get yourself 2/2s. 2/2. All right, my next one is Blind Obiedience, and I'm looking at the foils because there are actually 3 printings of this in non-foil. The foils are sitting around $6. Probably you can get them for under $6. This is just an amazing freaking enchantment for white. It's
Extort.
1 white. 1 colorless, extort, and then also artifacts and creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. So it has multiple abilities, and you don't realize how good this is until it's played against you. Then you're just like, shit, all my stuff.
Yeah.
My Soul Ring comes in, and like everything.
I hate it when my Lightning Greaves come into play tapped. And it doesn't matter.
So yeah, these are at $6. I believe it's. Oh man, I really want to check. Well, it's used in a crap ton of EDH decks. I don't even need to look it up. But
the 2 reprints that it has are in 2 commander sets.
Commanders.
So Wizards of the Coast thinks that is a good commander card. You should too.
You're good at selling their cards, buddy. I think you should start working.
Again, still hoping they'll hire me. I would like a job.
All right, your last one.
So one of the cards, again, discarding idea, is Magus of the Bazaar. This card's sitting around $1 non-foil. And what it does is it's an 0/1 for 2. You tap it, you draw 2 cards, and discard 3. And this is like, looting is kind of like, with creatures, is like a blue thing. They kind of, spells is in red. And then that's more of, I call that rummage, where you have to discard a card to draw a card. This is draw cards to discard them. So a little bit different. Like Jace Vryn's Prodigy in Standard, that was a $100 card. Merfolk Looter is a solid card, like in Limited. Like these cards could be an engine. Probably a little bit far away, but
as long as this one doesn't get reprinted, and this is an old ass set, it's only been...
And the foils are sitting around $7. I think you could go for either, honestly.
Yeah, you could. I mean, for such an old set,
Planar Chaos.
Yeah. I dig it. Yeah, as long as you're not drawing the 2 cards when it's you have no cards in your hand, then you're kind of fucked.
Well, then you're just you're just milling too.
So, but yeah, no, I like this card a lot. It's a good way to do.
If you're playing from your graveyard, then if you're going Vengevine, Bloodghast, Prized Amalgam. Put those into play, attack with, and then there's that artifact from Amonkhet, maybe it's Hour of Devastation, where for each card you discard, it costs 2 less. That is a deck right now. I don't know if it probably doesn't go in there, but if something gets banned, like I was saying, Faithless Looting, this could step in to kind of replace that part.
I dig it. All right, and my last one is actually used this tonight, and I think when I bought this card, a few weeks ago, or not a few weeks ago, when I was building the deck, which it's Path of Discovery, and I have this in my Vraska deck. It's not. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it explores. So it's not when you cast it. So when you're playing a bunch of tokens, they all explore as well.
Yeah. So Grave Titan comes into play. You explore. 2/2/2s come into play. They both explore.
Right. So I was able to do both of those, and
turn a 7/7, a 3/3, and a 3/3.
Or I can dump it and try to get land to come into my hand and all that. So
it does a whole ton.
It's pretty freaking sweet. And right now I'm talking about the foils. I think I even picked mine up for under $2. I thought I got it for like around $2. It's showing on Goldfish just under $3, but I think you can find these for $2.50. So.
Yeah, and this card, I think I've talked about this one, like, just when this card was printed, I wanted to make, like, a Sidisi Brood Tyrant deck.
Yeah.
Because whenever you get a zombie that comes into play because you're
discarding it,
then you get to explore and potentially bin another creature, which allows you to get a 2/2 and kind of repeat it back and forth.
Definitely. When we were talking about the deck tech, that's when you were talking about Sidisi there, yeah.
So that card just makes me want to do that.
Yeah. So yeah, that should do it for this week on our Smith's Mix. What?
No.
What? You thought we were ending?
No, we are, aren't we?
Are we?
Yeah,
I think so.
I was pointing and not saying anything because I want to say something after we're done, but I want to make sure that I remember because I'm kind of forgetful. So remember that I pointed to you.
Okay. When we're about to
because we were talking about this before.
Okay.
Just for like an idea on deck techs. Spotlight.
Yeah. Oh, do we want to talk about that?
None of your business. Not right now.
I may be cutting this
we'll
part
figure
out.
it out later. No, you don't cut anything. You don't do anything editing on this thing.
Oh, I get what you're saying now with the pointing thing.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I'm not sure if I know what you're talking about now.
I know what you're talking about.
All
right. So anyways, that should do it for this week. You guys can follow us on Twitter at CommanderSmiths.
You could email us. You know where.
Or you can YouTube us.
Gmail us.
You can also, you know where that is. You can also, you know where that. Oh, these late night ones are really freaking tough. I feel like my eyes are about to close shut.
It's a great time.
Cool story, Hansel. All right.
I'm not Hansel.
All right.
German and Irish. That is a Norwegian-ish name. I think it's Hansel.
Cool story, Hansel. All right. We will check you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.